east as well across Tennessee, Kentucky, into Virginia, parts of Maryland, West Virginia. Watch for showers and thunderstorms during the day. Today, Lexington, you'll hit 80 degrees. Atlanta, you should see some thunderstorms at a high of 89 degrees. Washington, D.C., about 81 degrees with showers and thunderstorms. The Northeast looks good, though. New England, you'll see partly sunny skies. In Boston, a high near 88 degrees. Upstate New York looking good as well along the Great Lakes. Across the Midwest, you're looking pretty good. Some sunshine in Minneapolis, 84 degrees. Sunshine for Denver, too, across the mountain areas. No problems there. Lots of sunshine along the West Coast. Los Angeles, a high of 88 degrees. Sacramento, you'll be in the upper 90s once again today. Seattle, you'll hit 83 degrees. That's your National Weather Forecast. George Brown, NBC News Radio.
Russ Olivo writes on the front page of today's Woonsocket Call. There was a traffic jam at Kennedy Manor on Wednesday, but not one that routinely backs up at the red light. These drivers in shopping carts had lined up early behind the high-rise housing complex on Clinton Street to pick up a free box of food, a healthy mix of fruits, vegetables, pantry goods, and even a slab of chicken. According to Diane Powell, who's a resident at Kennedy Manor, it's a blessing. She says she got eggs, paper towels, bread, toilet paper. It's excellent. The nutritious windfall marked the beginning of a new wave of food distribution to city residents, a joint venture of the nonprofit healthcare provider Family Services of Rhode Island. Good morning, and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question to the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
And a good morning to you on this Friday morning. It's July 31st, last Friday in July. As a good cliche is, where is the summer going? All right, this is Joe Callahan. Thanks for joining us here on the Coffee Inn program. And with me here on Coffee Inn is the inevitable... Hold on. Dave Richards. Good morning there, Dave.
Hey, good morning there, Joe. How are you?
Good.
I was watching the door for Guy Trudell.
We're expecting Guy to be here.
I don't know where the fabulous Denise is, but she hasn't arrived yet. So it's just you and me here right now.
We're going to have to talk to her.
And if Guy's listening, just bang on the door. We'll come right to it.
Loud as you can.
Right. But now we have Guy coming in today, and that's it, isn't it? Because Paul moved over to Wednesdays.
Yes.
And Tom's not coming in anymore, so I wonder what he's doing. I have to call him and rattle his... I wanted to leave him alone for a while, after he retired. Kind of dropped out of the public eye. But that was a few months ago. I think he's had enough time off.
He wanted the whole summer off.
The whole summer?
Yeah, so he could be away somewhere here.
I disagree.
As August comes in, so...
I disagree. I'm going to call him up.
All right, rattle his cage and see if he wants to come back on
Friday.
No.
I don't think that's right to invite him back to the show.
No, I think that's right.
That you do in the fall. But I miss talking to him. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
So that's why I would call him.
Last time we heard from John Warden, he said Tom was doing fine.
Yeah. We expect that he is.
Yeah, so everything's okay.
Hopefully enjoying good health and all that. He's worked very hard for it, so we're very pleased for him. We'd love to get the same someday, if that be our reward.
So we're keeping our eye out for Guy Trudell. I just sent a quick message off to see, have you forgotten us? Kind of thing. So
well, things get busy now because he's down to Friday. He's got Saturday and Sunday to show out what's going to be in the lots that are on the block on Monday. So he's going to be busy on Friday, that's for sure. We understand that, but we appreciate when he can break away and comes visit us for a few minutes. So if he had to, we could do it on the phone,
True. So they're very exciting because...
What's exciting, Joe?
The Boston Red Sox won 2 games in a row.
I know.
I mean, how exciting is this?
I know.
We're back to...
I was excited for you when I read that this morning, Joe.
They're 3-4 in the season.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. We're still not winning. I mean, we're not over 500, but
and by
we're
the
a lot
end
closer to 500.
By the end of the season, I predict they will win all the games they didn't lose.
Well, that's right. We did have a note that was written in to coffee@woonsocketradio.com. A completely different Martin Perez. He was the starting pitcher for Boston last night.
Yes,
it's
right.
Not Martin Perez, it's Martin.
Martin, yes.
Perez, okay. Completely different Martin Perez last night compared to his previous start.
I know,
Actually
didn't he
looked
make
sharp
it
last night,
the first time in history this year that a Red Sox pitcher made it to the 6th inning?
Yes. I think that's right.
They're usually pulled out well below that for under par performance.
And then you start wringing your hands. Oh no, they're going to the bullpen.
I know the bullpen is.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Bullpen is under construction.
But they looked okay last night, and the Mets had their chances to score runs, loading the bases and things like that, and they just didn't. So it just happens that way. And Christian Vasquez, the catcher for the Boston Red Sox, he's having the breakout year already. After 6 games, he's got like 6 home runs or something like that. he's banging the ball out of the ballpark like crazy. So hopefully he can keep that going. And but now, as all the smart people keep saying, well, now they really hit the real heart of the real tough games, because they're playing the Yankees this weekend, and then they play Tampa Bay.
Are the Yankees doing well?
Yes, they are.
Oh,
they won again last
bad.
night. I think they've only lost 1 game so far. So
I say too bad.
very
It's either
well.
too bad for the Red Sox, or it's too bad because we're going to have to change that.
Let's hope so. 3 games in the Bronx over the weekend. So
I know we're
go
only getting 3
Sox.
games in Boston.
Well, right now,
But does it really matter anymore without
where
the
you play,
fans?
it doesn't matter where you really play. Yeah, I mean they pump in the crowd noise. What are your thoughts on that, Dave? The pumped-in crowd noise. Is it affecting how when you watch any of it or listen to any of it? Do you even hear it?
I think it's a fine idea, but you probably won't like the reason I have.
All right.
Because and the reason I think it's a fine idea is because it keeps somebody working.
Yes.
Someone's
going to do that.
Somebody's employed. Does it really help with the game? That's really somebody else's issue. Does it really hurt?
Well, it doesn't hurt.
It's up to somebody else. I don't think it really matters that way or the other, but it does keep somebody off the unemployment line, punching up the recordings of the crowd noise onto the field speakers, and obviously into the radio and the television.
Well, though their mics pick it up, it's just kind of in the background. It's nothing really prominent for the listeners and the viewers. It's more for the players.
Yeah, well, that's what they said.
Try to keep them juiced up or whatever. Okay,
that's what they said. We don't know if that's true.
And my daughter had to laugh, Dave, because we were going back and forth between the Red Sox and the Bruins were on last night, and the Blue Jackets scored first, and of course there's no fans there, but they have a public address announcer.
Yeah,
who announced who scored to nobody except the players and the coaches.
Well, that's a union.
Who already know who scored.
That's a union rule, isn't it?
I don't know. It could be an NHL rule. I don't know if it's a union rule. But she just found it amusing that, and goal scored by number 18, whatever his name was.
Did they put the game on television last night? The exhibition game?
Yeah, Bruins were on Nesson last night.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's interesting.
So they when there were 4 goals scored.
The network didn't offer it to us to put on. Sometimes they do with exhibitions, but they didn't this time.
Yeah. Well, the Bruins, the Red Sox, they were on Fox last night, so Nesson had time or space. Well, we've got time and the space to put the Bruins on, so they did. And Jack and Brick were doing the game and like that. So, and they had their tune-up. It was their 1 exhibition game, so they're good to go. Bruins look pretty rusty, by the way. But so what they've decided to do, I don't know if it's an entire NHL thing or if it's just the Bruins. But this is what the Bruins and the Blue Jackets did last night. Some of the sporting people are taking a knee during the national anthem.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's tough to take a knee when you're on skates. Because it's tough to get back up. So they're not doing that. So instead, the Bruins and the Blue Jackets and the 2 linesmen and the 2 referees all got around the center circle. Okay? Are you picturing this? All around at center ice, all around the center circle. It went, Bruin, Blue Jacket, Bruin, Blue Jacket, referee, Bruin, Blue Jacket. So they split it up like that, okay? And then they all locked arms.
Yeah, I remember
Yep.
reading about that.
And
What's
then
going to happen?
the coaches, who were not on the ice, but they were on the bench, the 5 of them, and the trainer, they all locked arms too. And they played a recording of the American national anthem. And because they're playing the games in Canada, they played the Canadian national anthem.
Okay.
So we had about 5 minutes of just standing in a circle, locking arms.
Was anybody singing?
No, they played the recorded anthems. They played were just instrumentals. So that's what they did in the show of solidarity for Black Lives Matter. So instead of taking a knee, and there was, by the way, there is one African American on the Columbus Blue Jacket team.
Well, as Mama always says, it's the thought that counts.
It is. They said, well, I don't know if they said it like this. Well, it's the best we can do, but it's what we can do.
Yeah. It's something we can do.
Yeah.
We might do something else later, but this is what we can think of.
Yeah.
This is what we can do.
So look for them to do it when the season really
I don't know how
begins
you
this
social
coming weekend.
distance when you're locking arms, but, well, what the heck.
You're not. And I thought about that as I'm watching the Red Sox and the Bruins, because some of the ball players wear the masks, wear the face coverings while they're playing in the field,
Right.
While they're batting. Some don't. Some and some just have it around their ears and underneath their chin, which is doing nothing, but that's what they want to do. As a hockey player, they're not wearing any masks. The only one I saw wearing a mask last night, by the way, was the trainer. And,
Okay.
and for some reason, the Bruins all put a mask on to have their picture taken. They had a team picture taken at the beginning, and they were all wearing
Is that so?
some kind of mask as they were at center ice. But to play the game, no. I think they were a little worried. They want to get as much oxygen as they can as they're playing. So they weren't wearing masks while they were playing. They weren't wearing masks when they were sitting on the bench. I don't know what they did when they went into the locker room. But that's what and the Bruins lost, by the way.
Yes, I know.
4-1, really 3-1.
Nothing to get excited about.
Columbus got a goal with an empty net goal with 1 second to go. So no biggie. But speaking of the NHL, Brian Boucher.
Yeah, nice
from North Smithfield
right up on him
in the call, huh?
in the call. Who did that? Was that Brendan?
Let me take a look. Brendan Mello
Yeah.
did this, and former Mount St. Charles hockey player, former NHL player, and he's been an NBC analyst for a number of years now. And he's got the call up. He's going to do 3 games a day. He's going to be tired.
I guess.
Doing those 3 games as he's
But he
inside the glass.
He says what really tires you out, if you read the story,
Yeah.
he says what really tires you out is the traveling and living out of the suitcase. He says, and since I'm going to be in the same hotel room all the time, I can unpack. I don't have the
And relax a little.
travel time.
Nope. Yeah.
Right. He says, I can do 2 more games a day. No big deal.
Great. So he doesn't do the play-by-play. He's the one that's down there. He
an
talks to the
analyst
coach
on the ice. Yeah.
He talks to the coaches. Hey, what do you think about this? How do you think your team's playing? That kind of thing. And he's got the dangerous job because they say
He's
inside
down
the
the-
glass he's not protected by any glass.
Yeah.
He's got to watch the game a lot to
Yep.
make sure he does not get hit. Speaking of that happened not in hockey but in baseball last night. One of the games. One of the umpires, Joe West, got hit by a flying bat, and he was one of the base umpires, and they had to stop the game. He was bleeding, got hit like right around his ear.
I was going to think that nobody gets hit by bats with no audience there, but you're right. I guess field personnel could be.
It just flew out of the batter's hands and came right at him, and they got him. They stopped the bleeding, and he continued with the game. So. They don't have any backup umpires, There's no.
Well, you run with 2 then, right?
Well, there's 4 right now.
Okay,
So,
you
yeah,
run with
you would
3.
run with 3.
You take one from the outfield. You leave one on second base. You probably take
Well, it's
the
first,
third
second, and third.
You take the third base umpire and put them behind the plate, the home plate, right?
Well, no. If it's the home plate umpire gets hurt,
Right.
and has to come out,
Right.
then one of the guys runs into the locker room because they all have their own equipment, and
Right.
he'll put on the stuff. So someone will go behind the plate.
Right, and it'd be the third base.
Then someone goes behind first base, and someone hangs around like shortstop. So, and that's how they split it up that way. But there's no extra. The same thing in hockey. If a linesman gets hurt or a referee gets hurt, they just get taken out. And okay, we're going to go with 3. and we'll do the best we can. We can't. That's all we can do right now.
Yeah.
Basketball runs with 3 referees. You don't normally see a basketball referee getting hurt, but I don't think they have anybody coming out. It reminds me, in each home team always had that extra goalie in the building in case the 2 goalies got knocked out of the game. They could actually call somebody to come down and be the goaltender.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're doing that in this as they're all up in Toronto. Maybe they are. It's just that you like Dave, they picked you.
Right.
The odds of losing 4 goaltenders in a game are astronomical. So we really only need 1 guy in case one team loses 2.
Right.
And so you just be ready to go in case you're called upon. So that's what they're doing in the NHL and in the Bo Sox, and they did well. Bruins are going to play a lot better. They didn't look too good last night, but it's early, and I'm sure they'll take everything that the.
How many times in August did you see the Patriots do their?
A lot of times the Patriots went 0-4 in the preseason.
Exactly.
Always.
So
because we're trying something.
Because it's a big tune-up, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Bruce Cassidy will take what he saw. They'll put together their strategy and get ready to go on Sunday, right? Bruins play on Sunday.
Yep. Well, Sunday at 3 o'clock. And that's going to be a kind of a crazy thing, Joe, because as you know, Casey Kasem counts down the 1980s charts.
Yeah.
We're going to start it at 1 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, we're going to go to the game. Then we're going to go back to Casey to finish the countdown after the game is over.
I'll give Casey a break. That'll be nice.
Yeah, so he'll have a little walk about, take a smoke, whatever he wants, and then he'll be back to finish off the countdown after the Bruins game is over. We will be bumping a Celtics game for that because they're both playing at doggone 3 o'clock on Sunday, but we chose the Bruins because there's fewer Bruins games to be played yet.
Yeah.
And so we figured we would favor them this time. And besides, we'll hear the Celtics tonight at 6 o'clock here on ONA and FM on Friday night. If you're listening to our Monday replay, then this is all moot. Yeah, you missed it. Listen for the sports report and you'll hear what happened.
All right, we're going to take a break here in the Coffee and program. More is coming your way. If you have any comments or questions, 766-1240, or email them in to me, coffee@OneSocketRadio.com.
At Milford Federal Bank, we're not only bankers, we're neighbors, we're friends. We know your stories and you know ours. We participate in the same local traditions, support the same causes, care about the same issues, and take pride in doing our part to make the community the best it can be. Milford Federal Bank, proud to be your neighbor, your friend, and your bank since 1887. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Almost everyone has a favorite entree at Chan's Fine Oriental Dining. Mongolian steak, General Tso's chicken, sea jip shrimp, or one of their excellent lo mein entrees. They serve 12 varieties of chow mein and chop suey, as well as 10 selections of fried or white rice, plus poo-poo platters for several persons. Chan's offers delivery 7 days a week, plus takeout and drive-through service. They're also available for catering in-house or on your premises. Chan's at 267 Main Street, Woonsocket, 765-1900.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
WOON Woonsocket Radio, ON, AM, and FM.
All right, it's Coffee and here on ON Radio. This is Joe Callahan, along with Dave Richards, and we expected Guy Trudell, but he has not arrived yet. So if Guy arrives, we'll just sneak him into chair number 4, and we'll just keep going.
Exactly.
I was mentioning to Dave,
which is fashionably socially distanced from the rest of us.
Yes. As I mentioned to Dave, one of the things and I don't know if it's bugging Dave, I don't know if it's bugging the audience. But
I'm steamed about some things, but I don't know what you're talking about.
This is what's bugging me about the whole coronavirus pandemic thing, or at least one of the things.
Well, I only get steamed about things I could do something about.
Well, I can't do anything about this. It's the local news on TV and it's the national news on TV.
Right.
And all you see is people interviewing other people through their computers.
Right.
Through their laptops.
What else are they going to do?
I know that's the only thing they can do. I understand that. I'm just like, okay, I've had 4 or 5 months of this, and I don't like it anymore. Okay, I can take it for the first week, maybe up to a month, but now watching the quality is just, it's like watching, it's like what the local news says, someone sent me their camera phone, their video from their camera phone, and now here it is. And it's jumbled, it's grainy, it's the audio's off. It's like, this is not what I want. I like a clear picture. And that's what you're getting with the news right now, and I understand why they're doing it, but it doesn't mean I have to like it. Just saying.
Right.
All right.
Well, your wishes have been duly noted.
Thank you. Please do something about it. All right. As you heard Dave talking about it this morning, there's a possibility that we might get a tropical storm/hurricane. It's down in the Bahamas right now. In fact, we're going to pull up the color weather radar.
That's not the radar, but you could have the radar on that screen if you wanted, but you don't have it. The radar is just for the local area. Yeah. This is a National Hurricane Center probability. They call it the cone map, where the cone shows you the areas that it could go.
And there we are, right in the middle.
Well, the interesting thing about...
What time was this one taken, Dave?
2 a.m. this morning.
2 this morning, okay. Now, things could change.
Yeah, well, sure, and things could change over the next... because it did change. Because yesterday, if you saw this cone, when the hurricane got as far north as South Jersey, it was going to take a quick bend to the right and go way out to sea and not even affect southern New England so much. Of course, if you were down at the ocean and in the surf, there was, a storm out to sea will always cause some sort of an extra rip current or undertow or extra waves or something. But this is now Hurricane Isaias, I think is how I'm saying it anyway. And it's yes, it is actually hurricane as of 2 o'clock this morning.
Yes.
Okay, good. So you can see if you are looking in on the TV how it's heading for the Bahama Islands, and it's going to affect the east coast of Florida from about Homestead. Actually, Key West isn't going to get much of this at all.
No, Key West on the other side.
From about Homestead, south of Miami, all the way up every inch of the coast of Florida, and bending as the coast of Florida kind of bends.
Yeah.
And skirting Savannah, Georgia, and coming up, and then starting to really affect South Carolina. And then right now, its most likely track is going to take it over Cape Hatteras and the Outer Islands. And so that whole area there, which always enjoys, a little excitement when hurricanes pass through, because they their area juts out into the Atlantic as compared to the rest of the coast of the United States. They're going to actually be in the way of this thing when it's a hurricane, according to the latest guidance. And we're looking at Hatteras taking it on the chin late on Monday. Then it continues on overnight on Monday and into Tuesday, passing Jersey and Philadelphia and Washington, the coast of Virginia and Maryland, and coming up, and Long Island. It should be off the coast of Long Island during the day on Tuesday, and by 8 p.m. on Tuesday, it will have passed over what looks like the only other piece of land it's going to hit in the United States, and that will be the Outer Cape and Islands in Massachusetts. After that, it's going to change into a tropical storm. They think it will no longer be hurricane force winds, but it'll still be a gale. 50, 60 mile an hour winds is still something to be concerned about, especially when you are whipping up the ocean in that manner. And then it's going to go off into the Maritimes in Canada as just a storm. And so that's the way it's looking right now. And, of course, they update this several times a day. We'll be looking for the next update, and we'll let you know what's going on. But right now it is a hurricane, tropical cyclone hurricane with hurricane force winds. And sustained winds on Isaias are now, let's see, I'm looking for the actual, it's not on that screen right there. It's on another one.
Okay. Well, guess what, Dave?
What?
We're going to move away from hurricane talk for right now.
Oh, it sounds like fun.
Because joining us on the phone is Guy Trudell.
Hey,
from
he
Trudell's
heard me.
Auction Gallery. Good morning to you, Guy.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Dave.
Hello there. He's our regular guy in the auction block here.
I want to apologize to the listeners and also you gentlemen this morning. I completely, business has been very, very busy to say the least, and it completely slipped my mind that I was supposed to be there at 8 this morning, and I do apologize to everyone.
Well, okay.
Well, you're a busy dude this time of year because you got a lot of people coming out to the auctions, don't you?
A lot of people have been attending.
It's been working out well. Working out well since you've been outside?
Very, very well. I mean, the attendance is booming, and people are having a lot of fun, which is very important. A little bit of normalcy for everybody.
Excellent. And when you say business is booming, are you just getting more calls from people saying, come out and pick up some of the stuff that we have?
Right now, the calls have just been incredible. Business is maybe five times what it was 3 months ago. As far as the states coming in, phone calls coming in, because really in Massachusetts, we're the only auction gallery that can run at full capacity at this point.
No kidding.
Because he's outside, Joe.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Well,
and it works that way.
And well, it's working out good for you. Now, are people doing what you're asking them to do? Are they bringing their lawn chairs and bringing coolers and things like that?
Absolutely. There's some that pop up tents. People are bringing their lawn chairs for seating, bringing their coolers to stay hydrated. I mean, it's been great.
Okay.
Also umbrellas. I like to tell people the new thing is bring an umbrella because of the heat.
Yeah, well, Monday's forecast right now, Guy, is for sunny and 88.
Yeah.
So the umbrella part is still a great piece of advice because not going to rain, but you're going to want to stay out of the sun if you can.
That's right, and that's the thing. People have been using umbrellas to stay. I mean, last Monday was a scorcher. It was about 98 out there, and
And for those who say, well, they should put up a tent with some sort of roof over us, well, then you can't get everybody in there, can you? Because then, as soon as you have an enclosed area, state rules kick in, and you're sunk.
That's absolutely correct. But we are working on ideas, maybe. But again, we're about a month away from things starting to cool down. So we're hoping for the best.
Okay. Now, when it's real hot like that, Guy, and you're up there doing your thing as auctioneer, are you keeping hydrated? How are you keeping cool?
Absolutely. I drink plenty of water. You got to stay refreshed. Also, my runners, same thing. They're moving around all over the place. So I want to say last week in about 45 minutes, the runners and I ran through about a case of water. So I mean, we stay hydrated.
Good. Very, very important. So coming up this Monday for your auction at 10 in the morning.
What's on the block?
What is on the block? What kind of lots do you have for this coming Monday?
We have an incredible amount of sterling silver. There's some great estate jewelry this week. I also have a collection of Robinson Murray oil paintings that we got out of an estate in Duxbury. It's all mid-century modern Boston Expressionism. He trained at the George Vesper School in Boston, Mass. And it's just, we had a bunch of them last week, and they did really, really well. We have another 30 in this week's sale. And the other thing I did want to mention, we're so busy that actually this week we're running Monday and Tuesday.
Next week?
We're running
Monday and Tuesday auctions?
Wow.
Monday and Tuesday. We're running Monday morning followed up by a Tuesday morning sale.
So then both at 10 o'clock?
Both starting at 10 a.m.
Wow.
All right.
Fantastic.
Well, that's great news.
Yeah. It's glad to hear you have so much stuff to auction off.
We're very, very busy on our end.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Well, that's kind of cool. Of course, I'm kind of disappointed. You just mentioned the paintings and stuff. If we had known ahead you were going to phone in, we could have had you take some snapshots with your phone, send them over to us. We could have shown them to the folks who are listening. We could do that next time you come on. Take a couple of snapshots of things you want to show us. You don't have to bring them in because that could be problematic depending on what they are. Take some snapshots with your camera. Bring them in. We'll toss them up on the TV screen.
Absolutely. So another exciting thing I wanted to tell you guys about. 2 weeks ago, we actually had a lot of Mormon ephemera, Mormon paper from the 1830s that came out of a house in Rentham. The first week we put out a little lot of it, brought over 5,000. The second week I had a lot of it. It opened at $200 and it ended up hammering out at $12,000.
Whoa!
Wow,
that'll get everybody talking.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's been some fun treasures coming out of houses.
Now, what was that again? I thought I heard you say Mormon.
It was Mormon.
But what exactly was it? How could I picture that?
Just little pamphlets, all to do with Mormon Church, 1830 and prior.
Well, that's when they started. That's before they started moving west. Did they go to Ohio first, I think, and then settle in Utah after Ohio gave them some heartburn?
Correct. Yep. And
so it's early.
I mean, it was probably 12 booklets in the lot, but it brought 12,000. It was pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Is that from someone that is just a collector of Mormon paraphernalia, or just someone that's a collector of religious stuff?
Yeah, it went to a collector of religious stuff.
Okay.
Or a very old person who was Mormon?
It came on the estate we got into was 4 generations and was just piled up, in the basement. And we got to sort all the stuff. There was some really nice paper that came out of that house, but that was the Holy Grail per se.
Was that estate? Were those people Mormon as well, and it just was passed down from generation to generation?
Maybe early in the family they were, but this came right out of an estate, right out of the center of Rentham, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And, it was just...
Rentham is one of the most interesting communities.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you keep hearing about things happening in Rentham that you say, my goodness, Rentham?
A small little town right over the border.
I know.
Sure is.
All right, Guy, hang on for a second here because we're gonna take a break and we gotta give the weather forecast right now. But more with Guy Trudell is coming up, and this weather forecast being brought to you by Gas Buddy Fuel Better. We are looking at a mostly cloudy day today, and a very slight chance of some showers this afternoon. High will be near 84. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low temperature around 66. Saturday, a mostly sunny day, high near 88. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low 68. Sunday, mostly cloudy, high near 84. And the outlook for Monday, a partly sunny day and a high near 89. And currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street, where we do have cloudy skies and 76 degrees.
I'm here with Kara Benjamin of the Benjamin Insurance Agency. Kara, what can you tell me about the insurance industry?
The industry changes so frequently due to many different factors, things like increased weather-related storms, the invention of smartphones and social media, which increase the amount of distracted drivers, even the cost of cars. Today, people are buying $30,000, $40,000, even $50,000 cars with every kind of option you can think of. All these things impact the insurance industry, and it's important to keep current.
You're in good hands with Allstate and Kara and Celeste Benjamin of the Benjamin Insurance Agency, 125 Eddie Dowling Highway, across from Dowling Village in North Smithfield, 765-5000.
Our business is truly a referral business, and we have built it based on our premier service level and commitment to what we do. If you are looking for personalized service with people who care, that would be us.
When it comes to kitchen and bath remodel projects, no one wants to feel like they have to tame a lion. That's why the team at Countertops by Superior consistently deliver the highest quality and customer satisfaction you have come to know and expect. Countertops by Superior has a 5-step process to getting new kitchen or bath countertops in your home. First step is a free, all-inclusive, in-home sales quote. Second step is you choose a stone for your countertops. They have beautiful engineered and natural stones. Third step is they will visit your home and formulate an exact template for your countertops. Fourth step is you come back to the showroom to digitally lay the template out on your chosen stone. The fifth step is installation day. Countertops by Superior invites you to their showroom, and you can see for yourself all the beautiful stones in the slab room. No lion taming at Countertops by Superior, 840 Cumberland Hill Road, Woonsocket. Visit them online at countertopsbysuperior.com.
Hi, this is Gary Smith. Join me for Do You Remember, Tuesday through Friday mornings at 9:30 here on ON Radio.
Thanks, Gary. This portion of the Coffee and Program is sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
Is your business struggling to be found on Google? Are you still trying to figure out how Facebook works? Are you wasting your money on social media? Do you just need more customers? If you do, then contact the local digital marketing team at Breeze Digital Media in Lincoln. Breeze Digital Media has programs that are approved by Google and Facebook and are designed to grow your business. Packages start at only $199 a month and include easy monthly reporting so you know where your investment is going. Contact Breeze Digital Media for a free marketing analysis of your business today. Call 401-334-9555, extension 154, anytime, or visit breezedigitalmedia.com/offer.
Coffee and on ON, AM, and FM. This is Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards, and we're being joined by Guy Trudell from Trudell's Auction Gallery in Bellingham. He is on the phone. So, Guy, do you ever get a lot of like sports memorabilia?
That's actually funny you bring that up. I just did an estate in Franklin, Massachusetts 2 days ago, and this Monday does have some sports memorabilia. I have a autographed basketball signed by the Celtics team, including the tails on the ball, birds on the ball. That came out of this house.
Very
and
cool.
And also a selection of patches from Major League Baseball, NFL football, National League hockey. I mean, all early patches from when the team started, rare patches. It all came out of this house in Franklin, Mass.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So,
and those are in this Monday.
Okay, so you're having two auctions this week. Have you had two auctions in the past?
We used to run Friday evening and Monday morning, so we're used to it.
Okay.
Back-to-back days like this is a little bit more of a challenge.
Yeah.
But, we're up to it, and everything will go smooth.
Okay. Do you see you seeing a lot of new people in your audiences?
We are seeing a lot of new faces.
Good.
And as most people know or don't, we are open to the public. Anybody can attend the sales. So there's been a lot of interest. Last week we actually went with a post Facebook Live. My wife Yvonne went live with the Facebook, maybe for about an hour's worth of time. You can find that on our Facebook page.
Okay.
And we'll do that again this week as well. So if anybody wants to kind of tune in through Facebook, we'll be Facebook Live at 10 o'clock on Monday morning.
Is that just for viewing, or are you taking any bids over Facebook Live?
Some bids have been coming in through the Internet.
Okay.
As long as we haven't sold the item when they come in. If we move at a faster pace than that, but if somebody goes and looks at our website, sees something they like, they can always, we will be on Facebook Live, so they can always, kind of put a bid in through the comments section, and we can execute that for them. But also, people that have never attended an auction, it's a great idea to kind of see what to expect and what to kind of feel it out maybe before you step down and start bidding on it.
Now, when people...
But like I said, we're open to the public, and
Sure.
anybody's more than welcome.
So when people come to the auction, are you requiring them to register so when they want to bid, they can just hold up their numbers?
That's correct. When you come to the auction, we'll get your information. We'll hand you a bidder's number, and then you bid on the item. But we do ask that people do register before bidding on the item.
You ever run out of those little numbers that you have to hold up?
No, we never run out. I mean, there's infinite numbers. I wish I could have an audience that large that you actually ran out of numbers. But there's a common. We start at 50 with the bidding process.
Yeah.
It goes up. I think we hit number 200. At 200, now you turn over and you start going back to 1. So when you start to see those low numbers, you have as most people, a lot of people come are husband and wife couples. So there's one bidder number per, even though they might both be dealers bidding on different items. There's one bidder number that way. So when you hit those low numbers, you know that you got a very decent crowd there for the day.
Okay. When you talk about the estates that you've gone to, like this one, you have a lot of sterling silver. Do you find a lot of estates that you go into that have decent china sets, tea sets, or just plates or things like that?
Always a ton of china, porcelain, good early arts and crafts pottery sells well. There's such a broad variety of items you find in a house. Each house is different and specific in its own way. But again, another house we did this week, we have a nice coin collection going up this Monday. All kinds of silver U.S. coins, and that all came right out of a house up in the Worcester area.
Okay. There must be people that are looking specifically for coins all the time, especially ones that are real silver, that are pure silver.
Well.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Absolutely, especially with the markets on the rise. I mean, silver has gone up quite a bit over the last several weeks. And when precious metals like that, not only coinage, but precious metals, any sterling, when the prices are going up, it really carries a premium. People will pay more, thinking that it's going to go up more over the next several days. So it really starts to take off and hold its own for sure.
When you go into the places and you see like the china and the porcelain, do your eyes light up and just say, "Oh, this is going to go so well"?
Certain, as with anything, not just china or porcelain, but painting. You go into a house and I can assess it very quickly. So I mean, there's always a time when you go in and it could be a porcelain set and you just go, you see the pattern right off the bat and you go, "Oh, there we go, home run." That's Royal Crown Derby or something like that. The good early Wedgwood set pre-1850. So yeah, there's always times where your eyes light up.
Well, that's cool. Now, are you still getting bids from people coming in from overseas as well?
Yep. People do. They come in from all over the place. I mean, we ship internationally, so a lot of times people, it takes specifics for somebody to fly in for a specific item. I mean, it would really have to be high end, but a lot of times we do take home bids, from Europe. We've had bids from China, all over the world, and then we ship out to them.
I'm just wondering if because of the COVID-19 that the overseas people may not be coming as often as they used to.
Well, it certainly has slowed down. I mean, even a lot of people I'm in contact with that even do sell their items on eBay, per se. They say that the international market has slowed down, and a lot of that has to do with how slow the process is for stuff shipping back and forth. And it's too time consuming. So that market has taken a hit, no question.
Okay. Something I've seen over the last, 6 months or so, Guy, you see it every now and then online, and they talk about like old VHS tapes from Disney productions.
Yeah, that's the double diamond.
Yeah, they're supposed to be worth so much money. Is that really true?
I don't, I've always kept an eye out for them.
Yeah.
I really can't say because I haven't sold a double diamond Disney. I mean, they are rare to find. I've looked for them, but, that's something I can always keep you posted on because I'm sure it will come our way at some point. And then that's the best idea because we photograph everything. It goes onto the Internet. Once I have one and can sell it, then we're going to know what the fair market value is in today's society. But, I mean, the same thing, you hear the same stories with, like, the Beanie Babies, the Princess Diana, and, there's certain ones, but I've had that particular Beanie Baby, and I've never been fortunate. I mean, it might have brought a couple hundred, but not thousands, like they always say it's worth.
Okay, well, you never know where the treasures are going to lie, right?
That's true.
All right, it's Guy Trudell from Trudell's Auction Gallery. He has an auction going up this Monday starting at 10 a.m., and again Tuesday at 10 a.m. Where are you located again, Guy?
799 South Main Street, Bellingham, Mass., located directly next to Rock and Cold Pizza in the Bellingham Marketplace Plaza.
And right behind the Dunkin' Donuts, right?
You got it, right behind the Dunkin' Donuts.
All right, Guy, thanks for joining us today, and we appreciate it. And we'll have you back again, and having you showing off your stuff that you have going up for auction.
Absolutely. Thank you again so much, Joe.
All right, you have a great day.
All right, you as well.
Thanks. Bye. Guy Trudell from Trudell's Auction Gallery joining us here on the Coffee and program, and he has his auction going up this coming Monday morning. Be sure to visit there this weekend, as you can go visit at the Bellingham Marketplace.
Browse at your leisure.
That's right, and see what he has going up for auction, and then make mental notes. Bring a piece of paper and write down. Well, I want this.
Well, there's a ton of stuff. Like Guy says, they're going to auction not only on Monday at 10, but Tuesday at 10.
Yeah. So. Always ask them. Okay, is this stuff going up on Monday and Tuesday? So when you can go and bid. So, and as he said, it's all outside. Bring your lawn chairs and bring your umbrellas. Bring your pop-up tents as well, and you'll be good to go. You'll be staying 6 feet away from other auction people, and a guy will be up there. He has his microphone going and his sound system and his runners going back and forth, and you'll be able to see what he has up for auction and. You just register and you just hold up your number when you want to bid, and you're good to go. So there.
Okay.
Dave's all ready to go. He wants to give another message for the Valley Breeze newspaper.
I do, and Joe,
so let's do that.
I've been checking out the Valley Breeze. They came in yesterday. I've been checking them out, and we have wonderful Valley Breeze newspapers here. Got plenty of nice stuff in there. I happen to be I'm holding in my hand right now a Cumberland Lincoln edition of the Valley Breeze newspapers, and I'll give you a quick little shot of it there on the TV. As you can see, there's a beautiful color picture You got to see this in person. Pick up your Valley Breeze to take a look at this. Dog Days of Summer, where you have a man who is tossing a ball in the family pool, and the dog is going after it, and the dog is in midair when the picture is snapped.
That's so cool.
What an incredible picture that is.
Great job. Great photo.
Isn't it something?
Mm-hmm.
And hold on a second while I take a quick look here and see if it... No photo credit there. Not next to the picture where I can see it. But anyway, it's a little story there you'll see, only in the Valley Breeze. Of course, Cumberland is seeking to hold developers accountable for landscaping. This is so many times, according to the planner, they say that a developer should do this, should do that, and Jonathan Stevens saying they're taking it literally, should do this, should do that. It's a suggestion. Well, no, it isn't. He wants to reword things so that it says shall do this and do that, because then the developers don't do it afterwards. So a little tune-up of the zoning work there. Also, a very disturbing story from Nicole Dotzenrod about the Lincoln Knights of Columbus have been denied help because their name is the Knights of Columbus, and there's that fallout with the Columbus and the statues and business like that. Very, very disturbing.
I read that article. It's amazing what people think. And they just say, oh, we don't want to be associated with anything with the name Columbus on it.
Well, you have to understand that in this day and age, social media holds you accountable for all crimes, real and imagined, whether it was a crime or not.
That's right. That's right.
They will just make it a social crime, and you will pay the penalty.
Yes.
So, and the way it is now, and if you did it when you were 2 years old, that's it. That's for you. Oh, what's that? Forget about it. You didn't cover your face when you were 5 and you coughed?
Yes.
Well, you pulled your sister's hair? No, that's no good. I'm sorry. You go to jail. That's it. We want nothing, no part for you in our society because you did right. So anyway, that's the way it is. Ethan Shorey has a great story on the Cumberland Lincoln edition of the Today's Woonsocket Call as well, Joe, and it's about brown water issues in Cumberland, and they're happening because, in an abundance of caution this past spring, at a time of year when they normally would flush the water system by opening up the hydrants, they chose not to. And now that's why you're getting some brown coloration in the water in parts of Cumberland, especially Valley Falls. So that's what you're up to there. I hold in my hand now, for our radio listeners, a copy of the Valley Breeze serving North Smithfield, Blackstone, and Woonsocket. And there you'll read Lauren Clem's story about North Smithfield launching a pedestrian safety campaign where residents are encouraged to stop, look, and wave. And that's something you'll only see in the Breeze. So check that out. Also, good news from Lauren Clem on the front page of this week's Valley Breeze for Blackstone, North Smithfield, and Woonsocket, that Phase 1 of the Canal Street Bike Path extension that connects the Massachusetts Bike Path with the Rhode Island Bike Path is complete now. And also, a story you may have heard, and you'll get a chance to read more details about it, with Ethan Shorey's story of the Oak Street Health Company coming to the former New China Super Buffet at the former Woonsocket Plaza, now called the Diamond Hill Plaza. It's news stories like that that will really get you going, and you'll be in the know with the Valley Breeze. Of course, also available at valleybreeze.com. But let me point something else out. We don't often do this when we talk about the Valley Breeze, Joe. There's an ad right here I'm pointing to if you're watching on TV. On the bottom of the bottom center of the Valley Breeze, and this is, again, the North Smithfield, Woonsocket, and Blackstone edition, about online learning. This is a new venture here. The Valley Breeze has this Mind Edge thing, and it's online learning with online professional development, career building, communication, digital marketing, entrepreneurship. They teach you Excel and PowerPoint. Boy, if you didn't learn those a long time ago, you're finding yourself lacking now. Women in business, security awareness, all this. And what you do is you call the number there in the ad, 334-9555, extension 134. Once again, that's the telephone number for the Valley Breeze anyway, 334-9555, extension 134 for online professional development, online learning from the Valley Breeze newspapers, free where you shop each and every Thursday.
All right, Dave, thank you, and more of Coffee Ann's coming up. Please stay tuned. Riverfront Patio Dining awaits you at River Falls Restaurant. Enjoy your lunch or dinner as you overlook the Blackstone River. Here are some of the wonderful items on the menu. Steak and peppers pizza, baked stuffed haddock, and choice filet mignon. Make your River Falls restaurant reservations today by calling 401-235-9026. 235-9026 or go online to riverfallscomplex.com. You'll love the Riverfront Patio Dining at River Falls Restaurant, Market Square, Woonsocket.
The Rhode Island Department of Behavioral Health, Development Disabilities and Hospitals and BH Link presents tips to help you and your loved ones stay healthy.
I think we need to continue to perform random acts of kindness, even remotely. I think that we should be able to experience those things and then share them and tell your friends about what you enjoyed or what lifted your spirits, because that itself is contagious.
Hi, this is Kim Waters.
And I'm Dave Koz, and this weekend I'll welcome saxophonist Kim Waters to the studios of the Dave Koz Radio Show. Always a cool guest and super cool music to share. Remember to visit davekoz.com the next time you're online and be here this weekend for Kim Waters and more on the Dave Koz Radio Show.
Hi, fans of smooth jazz. The Dave Koz Radio Show can only be heard on ON AM and FM, 1240 AM, 99.5 FM every Sunday. Twice on Sundays, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., and again 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And the Dave Koz Radio Show is brought to you by the Carew Investment Group. It's the Dave Koz Radio Show every Sunday right here on
ON AM and FM.
It is Coffee In now on ON AM and FM. This is Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards. Say hello, Dave.
Hi, Joe. Good morning, everybody. Lovely day.
We did get a note that's been written in. This goes back to when we were talking about the Red Sox, and I said Christian Vasquez has been doing so well in hitting home runs. I think they said he's got like 6 in 6 games. Someone has corrected me to say, no, he's only got 4.
Oh,
4 home runs in 6 games.
Shame on you, Joe.
I know. He hit 2 last night. I know that part.
Right.
So there you go. And they believe he leads the league. 4 home runs in 6 games. I can believe that. All right. The other thing I found amusing, Dave, and I don't know how you got through the whole story without laughing, but the 200 Rhode Islanders who got sent tax refund checks that were signed by Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney. And by the way, don't let the Disney company find out that Rhode Island's doing this. They'll sue them.
Oh, well, Disney is very, very careful about their copyrights.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. You can't even call something a Mickey Mouse operation anymore. They will sue you if they find out.
Yes.
I mean, not even as a joke. You can't say it as a joke.
Really?
Really.
MM, is that okay? Is it an MM operation?
Well, I think MM might pass, but if they find out you're calling somebody a Mickey Mouse operation, they come after you. They do.
I know they have shut down daycare.
People think I'm joking about that.
Oh, no, you're right. And because they've shut down daycare centers.
Yeah.
That have used, not really their name, but they may use their likenesses on the windows and things like that. But anyway, the Rhode Island Department of Training and, what is it, DLT.
Yeah, right.
Labor and Training.
The unemployment checks.
Yes. For practice, so they weren't real checks, would use Mickey Mouse and Donald
to make
and Walt
sure the
Disney.
system works.
Yeah, but unfortunately, these really went out to about, what it was, 176?
Yeah.
Got them, and I questioned Dave, and he didn't know the answer, but how many of those 176 checks were actually cashed?
Well, I can't imagine that any of them were.
I don't know. What if you went?
They're pretty sharp. I know at Navigant, when we go and cash our checks, if somebody just put a different date on it or spell the name wrong on it, they bring it up and if it crosses the line, they won't cash the check.
But what if
what happens more often than it used to?
What if you don't go into the branch?
Right.
But you just use the ATM and you deposit the check.
Can you deposit using an ATM? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I do it all the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And so normally what it is
we don't, because we have the business, so we just go in.
Okay. No, I've deposited checks, and you get the little receipt back that says, okay, you can only.
Then it bumps out.
It must.
Because it's just like
if
you put in a check where there's insufficient funds, days later it bounces out. You get a charge on a charge back and a charge.
And so they do say, DLT says they are going to be sending out the real checks.
Yeah.
Because they voided.
Of course
it's like putting a stop payment. They avoided the Mickey Mouse and the Walt Disney checks, and so they'll be sending out new ones. But boys, they must be.
That's going to make us the laughing stock, seriously.
Oh yeah. Did you get your Mickey Mouse check?
Gee whiz.
And if it goes nationwide, the Disney company's going to hear about it.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And they'll get their lawyers on it and say, they'll have to move on to like Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Put like Alfred E. Newman or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Then the survivors of Mad Magazine will come after them, I guess.
Well, they could. What could you use?
You couldn't even use Bozo the Clown because the Harmon Estate still protects that trademark.
All right. How about Colonel Sanders?
Well, I think the Yum Corporation will be after you then because they own that now.
All right. Well, I'll have to sign it like 1, 2, 3, 4.
You can use Dave Richards. I won't
You're
sue
okay?
you.
You're not going to sue?
Yeah. Use Dave Richards. I won't sue you.
How about all these businesses in Massachusetts that say, you know what, to their workers, stay home until next year?
I know.
And there's a lot.
Yeah.
They
mentioned 3 or 4 names of companies. That's 15,000 people right there.
Mass Mutual, Tufts Health, Blue Cross, and Wayfair. Though that's the furniture people. In Massachusetts. Just no, we don't want you coming in until January, at the earliest.
They're following in the footsteps of Google, that had said we want you back in July, and as July wore on, they said we can't do it, we can't do it, we can't do it.
Nope,
Maybe not till next year.
Yeah.
They're talking about next July.
Is that these companies talk about next July, or are they talking January?
They're talking, those companies are saying for the rest of the calendar year.
They say next year at
Google
the earliest.
said till next July.
Wow. Okay.
Which is, the corporation is Alphabet. Everybody calls it Google. Google is one of the divisions of Alphabet Company. Yeah.
We had it came out yesterday. It was in our news story, but the Topsfield Fair, which is in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
That got canceled. Took
and
them
that's
quite
in
a while.
October, isn't it?
That first week
September
in
October. and October, yeah.
They say 500,000 people go to that.
I believe it. I've been there.
It's that crowded? Wow.
I broadcast from there. When I was younger, I worked part-time for a Boston company before I bought the station. And there's no WHDH radio anymore, is there? No.
No.
The station is now,
right?
its station is now the sports station, but at the time it was WHDH radio. And we competed, I was a part-time technician, and my job was to drive the mobile unit because I had a lot of experience here in Woonsocket as for remote broadcasts, so they sent me out on remote broadcasts. And we did it, Topsfield Fair. Mm-hmm. And we put that big 45-foot unit in there because it's Boston, they got all this money. We put that unit in, and it stayed there. Channel 2 came by and did a segment on their news about his broadcasting life on the Topsfield Fair. Yeah, it was crazy. So all that was going on for quite a lot of years up there. And then the Topsfield Fair was used for the, I forget which sponsor it was. I think it was the Texaco Country Countdown for their regional finals. Mm-hmm. And I was the MC. Because we had a local finals here. I was asked to be the MC of the regional one in New England, and that's where we were, the Topsfield Fair. And all the different times I've gone to the Topsfield Fair, I still haven't seen it all. It's huge.
It's just that big.
It is Huge.
Well, you can't go this year.
Yeah, they're not going to open it up.
No. They tried, held out probably as longer than others, and said, "No, that's it. We can't do it." All right.
There's just no way to control people.
Well, that's right.
That when you get that many people in that kind of a situation,
it's just
you can't control them.
They'll never stay 6 feet apart.
No,
that's just the way it is.
And then you've got the stadium. You can't put on the shows because you couldn't
bring in the acts.
Yeah, right.
Okay. As we know, the Pawtucket Red Sox are going to go play in Worcester next spring. At least we certainly hope so. That they'll be playing next spring. And the park in Worcester is going to be called Polar Park.
Yes.
After Polar Beverages, which is located in Worcester. And Dave, they got the story here. They're going national.
Sure. Been drinking Polar soda for a long, long time. Their cream soda was one of my staples when I was a youth.
Polar is currently the top-selling sparkling water in New England. I wasn't aware of that. And on the East Coast. So now
you don't drink sparkling water.
Well,
that's why.
I don't, so I don't know which one's the best-selling one. But they're hooking up with an agreement has been reached where Keurig and Dr. Pepper will provide national distribution to 34 states and Canada and Mexico. So they're looking to expand and take on the big guys, going after Coke and Pepsi, I guess.
God bless them.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So now, does Coke and Pepsi, do they have a sparkling water
Got me.
Of their own?
I'm not a sparkling water guy like you.
I don't
not
I don't
a sparkling
know
water guy, so I don't know.
I'm sure they do. I'm waiting for Coke to come after Polar Beverage and say you can't use the polar bear as your mascot.
Well, that's interesting. We went through that once before. Polar bear has been the mascot of polar beverages for a very, 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 very long time, going back to when I was not even a teenager yet. Because I remember I have a lot of family in Massachusetts. I was born in Webster because I wanted to be near where my mother was at the time. And so anyway, we have a lot of family over there. And so we were always with polar beverages, and they always had that same logo.
Yeah.
And so if Coke comes along and their advertising agency has these polar bears in the 1990s.
Is that the earliest they started
That's
doing
when
it?
they started that, in the 1990s. And they tried to bluff polar beverages into,
And Polar
you can't
One?
use that anymore. Yeah, and Polar One.
Oh, okay. So, well, they probably won't go after them again. It all comes down to who trademarks it first, right?
Well, you'd hope so, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we only got a few minutes to go, Dave. So you can't go on with a. I'm going to ask you a question, and it's probably be a 15-minute answer. But
what?
What is Trump trying to do when he says, "Oh, we should postpone the election"? He had to have known that was going to backfire. And
Do you want the real answer? Or do you want me to just have some fun with you?
What's the real answer?
I suspect the real answer is he's seen the polls and he realized he's a fried chicken.
Behind. Yeah.
He's a fried chicken. He's a dead duck, and the only way he's going to be able to win the election is if we get through the coronavirus pandemic. And in order to do that, he needs time for the virus to be out so he can take a bow, because
I saved you all.
It's happened on his watch, and he can now win. He's just been so unpresidential for so long that it's very, very difficult. I mean, I think altogether, depending on what your yardstick is for a good president or a not good president, my yardstick is, I may not agree with what you're doing, but are you taking care of things like the economy and voting and people's rights and stuff like that? And are generally people able to, if they work hard, get ahead? And I would have said that Mr. Trump was doing a good job as president up until recently, where he's really just politicizing the whole thing, and unfortunately his act is getting stale. And I think that he's really in tough shape when it comes to the election in November. So he'd like to make it come later so he'll have more good news.
Yeah, I haven't seen one politician that said, Trump's that's got a good idea. We should do that. Every single one
and
has said, no, we got to have it when we always have it.
Yeah, right. And it's true. Everybody's worried about cheating on this election.
Yeah.
Cheating will generally favor the Democratic Party, according to Mr. Trump. So that's why he wants coronavirus to be over with, so that we won't have any cheating, because we'll all have to show up at the polls, and then that helps the Republicans and not the Democrats. What are you going to do?
Okay. We've come to the end of the program, so we always appreciate you listening in.
Of course, your mileage may vary. This may all change in a few months.
It might. Our thanks to Guy Trudell from Trudell's Auction Gallery.